Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And to my honourable colleague, I know she mentioned the need, and a number of people mentioned the need today for proper training, not only for management, but for people themselves that are working within government or working within any agencies. But one segment that you did mention just briefly in your statement was the fact that there is so much information on computers and stuff like that that lead people into the wrong direction. And maybe you could just explain on that or exemplify it a little bit more. Thank you.
Member for Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank my colleague from Yellowhead for that excellent question and for his consistent and excellent service in this place. Mr. Speaker, the member's quite right that we're living in this age where there's so much information out there. More and more there is awareness and education around the importance of consent, around the importance of recognizing human dignity, equal human dignity. But also there is more information, misinformation, or media in different forms that gives wrong impressions about these same questions. And I spoke about the prevalence of violent pornography and the fact that children, young boys as well as girls, are accessing this material, and it is shaping their perceptions about what normal and healthy sexual relationships look like. So we have, on the one hand, increasing information about, yes, the importance of consent, but on the other hand, we have increasing misinformation. And that misinformation is something that people are accessing very, very young, and it is leading them to associate the feelings of arousal with seeing very violent images. So this is a very real and significant problem. And I would encourage members, as we move forward in these areas where we all agree and improving the mechanisms for reporting and addressing harassment, that we also think about this question of socialization, of how young boys in particular can come to think that things are acceptable which are not acceptable as a result of that media that they are consuming. I know it is a difficult issue, Mr. Speaker. It raises questions about how we would engage with the internet. It raises questions about perhaps civil liberties. But when we're talking about children, I think it's a different matter. And children that have no idea really what this material, the effect it has on them when they consume it initially. Maybe they start out very young, simply curious about what this whole thing is all about, but it shapes their perceptions about what is normal and acceptable, and it has significant social consequences. So I think that this particular issue, the issues raised by M47, but also recognized by a recent Status of Women Committee report, are issues that we should have the courage to confront in this Parliament. Thank you.